Couldn't help but see a recent post on that someone noticed that the amps and voltage was different on the DCS52 versus a controller like this old controller we have here, which I use for my son, which is an EZ-Command controller. Now it has DCC capabilities, but it has option 10, which allows you to pull more amps to run, or volts to run, at one of your old DCCs. Sometimes my son likes to run an old DCC on our DC layout. And here's a good example of that. So I've got this Atlas controller, which this thing I've had since that thing I had in a garage, in a box, back 40 years ago on my old Tyco layout. So here's what we've done here. So what we've rigged together is this. So let's go ahead and switch on the DCC, and we have it set to 0. And if you notice, I'll give it a little juice here. That's about as fast as it'll go. Now let me show you why. We pull a voltmeter on here, an amp meter. Look at that. Watch this. Let me show you. That's as high as you're going to get, okay, out of a DCS52. And it's going to vary, but I've got drop feeders all over this layout. Now watch what happens when I change this to from this, turn this off, turn on, switching to our command control center. Now check this out. Now watch what happens. For one, when I put the voltmeter on here, look at that. Our amps are a little different. We're getting a 15.2. Watch this. We'll set it to 10. Okay. Watch this. A lot faster. See? And it does, of course, it doesn't hurt my other DC working locomotives, but what we've done is in order for the two to coexist is what we have a ramp, a turntable here, where we just simply move things around. And so what I do is I rotate everything to, like, this is a DC, and we just back it out and pull it on. You can have one DC locomotive running on a DCC layout, and so our DC locomotives don't burn up. We just pull them into here and we rotate it off. Let's see, for example, here's another good example. This Tyco. Yeah, I know someone's going to be offended because I put a Tyco on here. This Tyco is a special one because it was from my childhood. You know what? Sometimes I just like to run them. Okay? It's my railroad, right? No, but seriously, if you like to run a DC every now and then, that's fine. Or like what we do is we pull it into here and turn the power off and it doesn't burn up. Again, it will not run on 0 very well because the highest this is going to pull is 13.4 volts. Higher than that, it shuts off. At least that's what I know. Put it there. All right. Runs just like it did back in 1983. So, I mean, with that cabin light, nobody would be that blinded on a cabin light. But anyway, just want to show you guys that there's a huge difference. So, when you put on a meter here, let's put that there, get it there, get it. Yeah, that's as high as it's a different reading than DCS52. Now watch, I'm going to do it again. Switch it to DCS52. Now watch this. It's going to barely. Now it'll barely run. So that's what you're up against. So I just want to show everyone this. Here is the meter. Let's turn it right this way so everybody can see it. Get it on the track. Yep, 13, 4, 5. I have this going this way around most of my tracks. All my track has drop feeders, so it's consistent all over the track. Okay, so just remember that if you're wondering, say, hey, there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong. It's just what that is. And so that's why I kept this controller. You could probably get a booster, but you know what? This was just an easy setup. So when my son wants to run any of our old DC locomotives, we just pull them into here, and it doesn't hurt our DCC locomotives because this too also runs DCC. You just don't have as many functions. All right, hope that helps anybody's research and theories. We spent a whole day researching this, and what helped us see the difference was our little ramp R-amp meter here for DC and DCC voltmeter. Anyway, talk to y'all later.